Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason Dabney, and this is my final progress video regarding my game project. My teacher signed the project in the week before Halloween, so 2 weeks later I began wondering, what game should I do? Should I do a platformer like Mario Brothers? Should I do a shooter like Asteroids? I said no, I shouldn't. I might break the trend. I decided to do Pong. I began searching for inspiration, testing code, somebody having actually created the game just to see how theirs would work so I could figure out how I can make mine work. Something to build off of, So, I found a website, had a code, and I liked the way the code worked, so I downloaded it and began reverse engineering it. This is me acknowledging that and thanking them. And I also have it in my acknowledgements, the readme.txt and all that. I also have my acknowledgements for everyone else. Anyway, weeks of reverse engineering had given me fruit. This is Boredom Ball 1.0. As you can see, it would print out a score and it would accumulate your score as you bounce off the paddle. So that was 1.0. A few weeks later, weeks of tinkering, weeks of testing, trial and error, I managed to improve it and add on to it itself. Two things I was able to change in Boredom Ball 1.5 was I changed the ball itself into an image. The image is of a character from regular show named Pops. It's his head. That's right. The ball is Pop's big round head. Yes. In addition to that, I also inverted the controls regarding the paddle. So to move left, you would have to push the right key. To go right, you would have to push the left key. Excuse me. In addition to that, I also created this, my pride and joy regarding this game. A high score function. So, to explain how I created this, I had to go and find the actual score variable. So, here's the score variable. Score is set to 0. Every time the ball hits the paddle, you get 1 point. Score plus equals 1. So, I thought to myself, how can I make this better? So, I came up with this. First, I created the high score variable, named high score. High score I set to 30. Sometimes I set it to 10. It's a very flexible number. It just needs to be. So, I have a minute left. I worked out this. Under high score, I created new score, which is score minus high score, which would give you how many more points you got over the high score if you actually managed to pass it. But that would also create just a single digit number if you managed to get that far. So I also worked out this if statement regarding high score. So it says if score is greater than new score, if score is greater than high score, new score happens. Print you beat the high score, and then high score will equal high score in addition to the new score, and print that number in addition to a message saying high score is now and the number that high score became. It's very beautiful. In addition to that, finally, I actually worked out how to increase the ball's speed the more it bounces, which you can see by here. If the ball bounces off of any surface, it changes the speed by -1.025. Now, being that it's a negative number and a decimal also, I said that wrong. Anyway, even though it's that, it accumulates bit by bit as it multiplies, so the ball gets faster progressively. It's a very beautiful thing, very beautiful. I love it. And that detailed, this is the game. Boredom Ball 1.5. That was completed 2 weeks ago. Okay, so when I was working on 2.0, the one thing I definitely wanted to create was an image, a start image for my mouse event, which is if I activate it, it would show up as an image, and you click it, and then you can activate the game. So I added that. I changed the variables, variable name, colors. I also changed how the paddle reacts. The paddle warps around. Welcome, everyone, to Boredom Ball 2.0. As you can see, another improvement is I changed the message you get. Defeat is not the worst of failures. That's what I've tried is the true failure. George Edward Woodbury. Your score was 7. High score is 30. Thank you everyone who's contributed to my game. Your help is incredibly invaluable. Thank you to my family and to the teacher who assigned this to me, John Fimioni. This is Jason Dabney. Yeah, I'm not going to say the rest. I'm done. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video. And stay tuned for more. I may head to greatness.